everybody. Welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by Anthony.
Hey, guys.
We're here to talk about E3 because it was incredible.
Freaking amazing.
It was a really good direct. However, there were some omissions.
We'll get to that, though. I have to say, I am really tickled with how well that went. I've been with Nintendo all this time, and they've had some rocky years. I think the Dark Ages was probably E3 2011, the year of Luigi and all that garbage. But it's just, it's fun to see that they've been really savvy lately, and this is just the best example, I think, of late, showing just how well they've been listening to us as their fans. So
I totally agree. A lot of fan service they're doing here right now. And I think their presentations at E3 are getting way better as well.
Yeah.
Like,
spend way less time making stupid jokes that we don't care about. Like
puppets.
Right, puppets. So they took a moment
That
to
was
do the
funny.
Bowser joke.
That was fun.
That was kind of fun.
And the Bowser joke was really good. I liked it.
But I loved how it was just pretty much a sizzle reel the whole time.
Yes. It was just announcement after announcement after announcement after announcement after announcement. Hey, how you guys liking the direct so far? Let's go back to announcements. Announcement.
It was so good.
For real. I don't remember his name. Sorry, guys. I'm bad with names. But when the guy came on, that's basically just what he said. How are you liking the direct so far? Well, we have lots more coming to you, so let's keep it going.
Yeah. So,
Dang.
Just one first example of really good fan service is what we're seeing on the screen right now with the introduction of the hero. That was kind of an exciting surprise that I'm sure, especially in Japan, was met with significant joy.
Oh, yes. And I would like to say that Andrew called it. You're right, Andrew. You were right.
Well, the thing that I think was kind of cool is that you both got your guesses right.
That's true.
He said Dragon Quest, and you said Banjo.
I did.
And then
At least that was one of my three. I think we all had three each. Didn't you say Banjo too?
I don't know. I think you were the one that really stuck to it. I had different hopes, but
Sora.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. But
I don't know. We'll see.
It's really cool. Plus, here's I think it's cool also that they made it so that you can play as different incarnations of the hero as well.
Yes, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, like they announced the hero, and then all of a sudden they showed all these other characters that you could play as too from the Dragon Quest series. And I was like, whoa.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they're planning on making them just skins because they're announcing one character,
right?
And so I would.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I'm guessing, and I mean, it didn't look like they really were differentiating their moveset. It's just, when you're selecting a Dragon Quest character to add, how do you make the choice? Well, they didn't have to, I guess.
That's kind of nice.
From what I can tell, they picked the most recent and then a couple of the more popular ones, and they're the ones that they're adding. So, anyway,
that's really nice.
Yeah,
I thought they were all Echo Fighters. I was like,
that would be maybe too much fan service for Dragon Quest.
That's why I was impressed. I was like, fan service, good job, guys. But now I'm taking that good job, guys, back.
Well, it's still great.
It is still great.
But
anyway, it was good.
Mm-hmm. So that was a pretty cool fan service, and then also there's the Dragon Quest. I'm pretty interested. I've never played a Dragon Quest game, largely because I don't know. I mean, like, it doesn't get as much attention here in the U.S., which is probably regrettable. But it's coming to the Switch, which instantly makes me much more interested. And
it's very true.
I've heard good things about it, so that's great.
Yes. I've even been interested in the Dragon Quest Builders too, because I heard the first one was really good.
See, now that's a version. I'm going to say something a little bit heretical here. That's a version of Minecraft I might be able to get behind.
Oh my gosh. I've been trying to get him to play Minecraft for a long time.
And I'm definitely more of a story-driven kind of player. But anyway.
Yes, but I've heard those games are good, and I want to give it a try. Because I am a big Minecraft fan, so if I like Minecraft, I should like that. Right? Maybe. Anyway, moving on. One of the big announcements that was super duper cool, and one that we all predicted, which, by the way, I did not do very well, and neither did Andrew. I think Anthony did the most correct out of incorrect predictions.
Except I made far fewer than you guys as well.
That's
so.
okay, but still, we got a lot of those wrong. Was Luigi's Mansion 3?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, does that look good?
I'm starting to get really. I love co-op games that are well designed. They're cooperative while still not detracting from the story. Because I feel like a lot of games, they have a single player mode that's really cool, and then they have a cooperative mode, which is either a separate mode that's way less interesting, and you just have a few tinkering levels to do it in, or it kind of messes up the game.
Can I give you an example?
Go for it.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh my gosh, that is the worst co-op it conceived of ever. Not only is it not fun to play as Cappy,
It's so
but
bad.
then it robs Mario of the core mechanic of the game. It was the stupidest idea for an otherwise practically perfect game. Yes, that is a
Anyway,
very good
that's-
example.
Thank you.
And then I'm also thinking of like Yoshi's Crafted World. I enjoyed that
yeah.
game. I played it all the way through with my wife, but we were constantly frustrated with how easily it was to end up
Climb
on
on
each
your
other's
back.
backs. I hated that.
I didn't really play it much with Rachel. Rachel liked my wife.
The Woolly World.
She likes the Woolly World better, and I have to agree. But I did enjoy this Crafted World a lot. But anyway, that's getting off the
But
point.
yes, so back to Luigi's Mansion. It looks like they're kind of creating a fun way to bring co-op in.
Yes.
So I'm excited for
With
that.
Gooigi.
Uh-huh.
That is so fun. I'm glad they actually made it into a little core mechanic into the game too, if you're playing by yourself. Mm-hmm. That's super cool. So either way, yeah. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Either way, it's not like they're throwing Gooigi in for no reason, just to be Luigi. Mm-hmm. But there's an actual point to being Luigi. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Like, if they were going to do co-op in this game without Gooigi, and it wouldn't be... And it was Gooigi, you'd be like, oh, why do I have to play as Gooigi? Like, kind of like the 3DS
Where you have
multiplayer
to
was.
look just like a weird version of
Yeah.
Luigi. Yeah.
For no reason. But there's reasons why you want to be Luigi in this game, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And the new functions are fun.
Yeah. I'm one thing that I think probably kind of held back the original Luigi's Mansion and even Dark Moon to maybe a slightly lesser degree is that I feel like a lot of the mechanics were very limited. You just usually just sucked up ghosts and you did it roughly the same way, and then most of the bosses were some variation of sucking them up or blowing ball at them from your vacuum, which they managed to make still kind of fun. And honestly, the most fun of the game was just exploring and finding treasure and stuff like that. But I like it that they're adding in new mechanics that will kind of add more layers of strategy and things like that to the combat. I think that's exciting to me. So, and then also I think, as you were saying earlier, the return of co-op also looks really cool.
Yes, the Scare-Scraper.
Plus-
Eight players, bro.
That's gonna be really cool.
Oh, it's
It
so
better
much
be
fun.
online compatible, so that you can just get like a group of friends and everyone just play.
I hope so.
That would be
I
pretty
don't
cool.
think they've even talked about that yet. So
No.
we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully they do the multiplayer, right? Mm-hmm. Right?
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. They had to be convinced when it came to Super Mario Maker 2.
But they fixed it.
they did. Well, thank goodness.
Ooh, good. Man, they're listening to the fans, aren't they? When the fans say that was dumb, they say, you're right, we'll fix it.
Yes. So hopefully.
Oh,
That's,
also, sorry, throwback back to Luigi's Mansion. They also brought back the portrait ghosts from the first one, which I did never play. So if that's not what they're called, I'm sorry.
no, that's probably. I just
the
remember
more-
very little about the first game.
The
now.
more realistic looking ghosts that aren't the little blue and green playful ones, the ones that actually look kind of scary,
Right.
which is kind of fun for me.
Yeah. So I think we're both very excited for that one for sure.
Yes.
So.
Your turn.
I'm trying to think of the other things that excited me without jumping straight to the end, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Which is a prediction he got right.
Yes. So I also, just some of the highlights here. I really liked what they were showing on Astral Chain. I mean, they didn't show a whole lot more, but sometimes I just like seeing sizzle reel things of games that that I'm interested in, that I don't know much about, and it's looking increasingly cool. So that one's fun. Daemon X Machina looks pretty solid. Still don't know a whole lot about that one either, but
It looks like they fixed a lot of the issues that we were having with the demo, though. That's
I
good.
never ended up getting to play that, but I mean the combat looks
better.
pretty cool. The part when he took that giant metal sword and threw it at the thing, I was like, okay, that was kind of cool. So that was kind of a highlight. The one that really got me screaming was the collection of mana.
Yep, I'm sure.
Secret of Mana is one of my favorite games ever made, and there's almost one sole reason for that. It is in my opinion, the ultimate co-op game in existence. There is not a better game out there for co-op play. Like it's it's not the perfect game, but the way that they executed it so perfectly, it's a game where you have co-op without any caveats. There are none. The only thing that happens maybe is that if one person wants to go this way and the other person goes the other way, you fight about it for a bit until you decide which way to go. But other than that, the game was programmed with co-op in mind, and so I've been saying for the longest time, I really want this game to come to the Switch. And so then they announced this, and I'm like, wait, really? And then they're like, and it's out today. Oh! Mine! So really stoked for that one. I need to dig up the money somehow so I can get it.
It's out now.
And then the fact that they finally released Trials of Mana here in the US, previously only known as Seiken Densetsu 3. I'd seen it before, and obviously I was never able to appreciate it other than hearing that it was an excellent game that really only the Japanese got to know that.
Yep.
But I hear that this is an excellent localization in terms of the translation, the writing, and I was reading reviews saying that it's a game that takes a lot of the mechanics of Secret of Mana, which I love so much, and actually improves them in significant ways. So in other words, what I'm getting is Secret of Mana, which is my favorite co-op game ever, and then its follow-up, which I've never really gotten to play before, that improves on it, and then has 3 storylines. So technically I'm getting 4 Secrets of Mana that I get to sit down and play with my wife. Yes! I'm always looking for co-op to play with her, and I am stoked for that one. So that's cool. That's already out though, and I just need to find the money, and my wallet's hurting, but I'm gonna get to it somehow. Okay, then we also have to talk, and I'm sure you have plenty to say about this one too.
Yes, I do.
What's on the screen now is probably one of my most anticipated games this entire year.
Yes.
I know I was a heretic about the art style to start, but I'm totally over it now. And I am so excited for Link's Awakening. And the fact that it's coming out in September.
September 20th, Rick. Yes.
Now I have to find another way to buy that one too. But, Link's Awakening, I played the snot out of that game. So many times. It's an incredible game. And to see it getting...
before,
so you have a treat in store for you.
A treat, yes.
Yeah.
So no spoilers.
Well,
if the spoilers, I guess, remain the same, they could always change something. But anyway, continue.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm really excited that it's getting such a solid remake. So really excited for that one. Oh, and then also Trials of Mana remake. I'm probably totally gonna get that one too. I'm still gonna play the original because heck yes. And to be honest, here's the one sad thing about the remake is that any 3D camera behind you type of game is instantly never as good for co-op, because it's just like, how does it follow the other player? They just have to stick with you pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for the remake, and I'm totally gonna get it. And that it's probably not out until clear next year either way anyway, from what I hear. So totally gonna get the collection and play the snot out of those again. And then when Trials of Mana Remake comes out, I'll get that too, and that'll probably be more of a single player experience, but it looks solid. So,
Nice.
Anyway,
back to the Link's Awakening.
Yes. Anyway, I'm taking all the showtime here, Steve.
No,
you need
you're
to
good.
shut me up and say some words.
You're good.
Anyway,
Say words.
I will just say it's one of the most highly rated and fondly remembered Zeldas for a reason, and I'm very excited for this remake, and it's coming out very, very soon, and that makes me very excited.
Same here. All I have to say is amen. And I have to add one other thing, and that is a Dungeon Maker.
Oh yes.
That is so cool. I feel like the Dungeon Maker is like Nintendo's way of dipping their toes in the Zelda Maker. It doesn't exist, but dipping their
Mario
toes
Maker
in
with Zelda.
Mario Maker with Zelda and seeing how the ripples go. But that is a good way to do it.
It looks like it's really kind of bare bones in comparison to Mario Maker. It looks like really it's more that you take stock rooms and put them in a grid, and so really what you're in control of is the organization of the rooms rather than the creation of them.
Right.
But still,
that's a start.
It looks like it could be really fun, and I hope that they make it so like you can share them with friends.
That's what I was gonna say next.
Because I won't be as into it if the only levels I can play are the ones I myself create. I'll probably tinker with it and be like, that's pretty cool. I like that. But like if I can share it with friends and also play like other people's creations online, that would be solid.
Agree. Yep, it's got to do that. But we're stoked for that one, and take my money.
Please. So
any other yes?
Yes, actually. So Fire Emblem Three Houses. I have to say, this one kind of surprised me because I was very underwhelmed with the last presentation that they gave, where it was like, you are a teacher and you teach students, and they have schedules and they do things, and I'm just like, why? But now, like, first of all, to see that it looks like there's two sequences to the game. There's the school period, and then there's the war period. That's kind of cool because, like, maybe the relationships you build before that have a huge part to play in the war. The stuff that comes after. And I don't know, like, I enjoy having a game with a deep story and like a legit conflict to resolve, and so the fact that there appears to be one that they're making pretty solid, it looks. I'm far more interested than I was, and
yes.
And even though there's a part of me that's still a little bit skeptical of the school period of the game, a lot of people. I was seeing a lot of comments saying, comparing it to Persona, which, like, Persona 5, from what I've heard, is an amazing game. And so if they're comparing it to Persona, that can't be a bad thing.
Right.
So I'm definitely... my ears are perked up on that one. I still haven't decided what I think and whether or not I'm going to buy it. I'm not as much of a core Fire Emblem fan than most. The only one I've played is Awakening, and that game was incredible. But I haven't really touched many others, so I'm cautiously but optimistically curious.
There we go. And I'm not interested.
Not
Sorry,
Steven's style.
No, not my style of game.
But we will see. Anyway,
what could be my style of game, Anthony, sorry for interrupting you, is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid.
I'm a huge Marvel fan. I have all the movies, and I'm a weirdo, and I watch them all the time. And I'm very excited for Endgame to come to iTunes. So hurry up, let's go. Give me a release date or something. Anyway, so here we have this, and what I'm trying to say is, this. I love Marvel. I love games Marvel, but for some reason, For some reason, the gameplay here doesn't really excite me, and I don't know why.
Well,
it feels like it looks like one of those like Toys to Life games.
Oh, I think that's probably more just because of the art style, if anything.
Maybe. But I am curious, and I might have to pick this one up just to give it a try because it looks super cool. And those characters that they have, those characters from the new Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse movie. I was watching the differences between those characters, and it was so cool to see all their different powers and all the characters you can be. And I obviously Captain America, but yeah, super cool.
Yeah, I feel like we still have a lot of time to really kind of see how the combat works. Anyway, I mean, I don't expect it to be very deep. It looks like it's kind of a 3D beat 'em up.
Yeah.
And like as a single player experience, I don't really care, but beat 'em ups can be pretty darn fun when you have a large group of people to
That
play.
is very true.
I mean, like I still have very fond memories of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 on the NES. Solid game. That's the one we always fought over who got to be Leonardo.
Yep.
That type of game, while it will never be super deep, I always have a kind of soft spot for that as far as like playing them with friends goes. So
that's true.
I'm definitely intrigued, even if it's not likely to be like it's certainly not my most anticipated game or anything.
Right.
So
100% agree. All right, moving on. We got Cadence of Hyrule, and I got it.
We just saw. Oh, you already got it?
I got it, so I was gonna do a playthrough with you.
Oh, that would be cool.
So
yeah,
this video's over. We're gonna make another video. I'm just kidding. No.
I hear it's incredible.
It's ridiculous. Hard.
In a good way?
In a good way. It's really hard. I'm dying all the time. But no, it's really, really good. I'm very impressed.
Well, it's definitely on my list. I just have too big of a list right now. It's way too big.
It really is.
But that's a good thing.
Yes.
Especially compared to the past.
Yes.
Anyway.
Moving on, we have Animal Crossing. I am so excited. Oh man, when they showed the footage, I was like, my jaw dropped. It looks so good.
Tell me about it.
It looks, and then he's not convinced. Oh my gosh, just look at that. It looks so good. In HD, it looks so good on Animal Crossing. When it's not Amiibo Festival. And it looks so good. The only thing I have to say that I was disappointed about in this Animal Crossing was obviously the delay. I was really hoping to play this in the fall, but yes, I do want it to be the best Animal Crossing game ever. So yes, Nintendo, you can take your time, I guess, but make it be March 20th, 2020, please. No more delays for this game. Something I was extremely happy about is when I was playing New Leaf, my wife got me into the Animal Crossing franchise, and I got Animal Crossing New Leaf, and we were sharing a 3DS at the time, and she had her own town on my 3DS, I had my own town on my 3DS, and we couldn't play together because we didn't have the same system, blah 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 blah. And so I went out and got her a 2DS, those original ones, the really blocky ones that people, I guess, don't like or like. We kind of liked it because it felt more comfortable in the hands. Anyway, I got her one of those, got her Animal Crossing New Leaf, and then we were able to play together. And I was able to go to her town and bring in my fruit that I collected from other players online and brought it to her world and planted those fruit trees. Because I don't know if you know, Anthony, but when you start a town, everyone has their own fruit that they grow in their town natively. And if you want any other fruit, you have to go to another player's town and collect their fruit and bring it back to your town and plant the tree. If you want all the fruit.
Gotcha.
So I brought all the fruit with me, planted those trees with her, and we just played that game for hours together. She'd go to my town and give me fruit that she's collected from other players, and I'd do the same for her. I'd help her, do tasks that she wanted to do. But this game has co-op in it. Built in, without having to have another system. I was gonna buy another Switch. I'll be honest with you. When Animal Crossing came out, I said, when it comes out, I'm buying another Switch so that Rachel and I can play together, because that is a very positive, fun memory that I enjoyed, and I want to do that again. And now they're like, actually, if both of you have a town on the same island, if both of you live on the same island, then you can play local multiplayer together. That's the Joy-Con to a friend. I was like, yes! And then they're like, and then, not only that, but you can play both your games at the same time. Like, what? And they're like, all you have to do is switch to say who the host is. So if you're the host, then you get to pick up things and put it in your pocket and do your tasks. And once you switch hosts, then that person can pick up everything and sell everything and do it. I was like, oh my gosh! I was so happy, and thank you, Nintendo.
Yes.
Make the game. But I was not happy about the release date, but I was happy about everything else that I saw. And the crafting, too. The collecting isn't just collecting to sell to Tom Nooks. You can have money to do other things, like buy furniture for your house. But now you can actually build furniture for your house. You can build furniture outside the house. You have to build this town from scratch. So that's cool. And, I was wondering what they were going to do next, because you were mayor, and I was like, that is the best idea ever. Then they're like, I was like, where are they going to go from here? But now you're like the owner of this island, and you have to build it from scratch. So that's super cool, and thank you. Anyway, I'm done.
I'll have to see if it sells me on it or not, because as I said earlier, I'm definitely more of a story-driven kind of player. But it does look like it could be at least the definitive version of Animal Crossing so far.
Yes.
The only thing I have to say that drove me nuts is the fact that after the show, despite how solid Nintendo's show was and how much good they showed us, their stock dropped because Animal Crossing was delayed. It's like, are you serious? What is it going to take?
Give us Animal Crossing.
I mean, if it's going to be good, I just think it's ridiculous. Anyway.
I also think it's ridiculous.
Because that was a solid showing.
Oh, yeah.
We have a lot to look forward to, so that blew my mind. But anyway, I won't stick on that. So I guess the rest, the Scissor Reel was pretty awesome. The things they covered. Silk Song has me pretty stoked. The sequel to Hollow Knight.
Yes. Hollow Knight was amazing.
Yes, loved that game.
No, I did not beat it. But it was really good.
Mm-hmm. Super good game. A bunch of others in there that I'm intrigued by. I don't know. It just looks like they're pulling out all the big guns, and I think it's really cool. So, and then the Smash reveal of Banjo, which is freaking awesome.
Okay, when this trailer started, can I just say that I was like, uh-oh, someone's gonna get fired. They're showing the same footage. I was like, we've seen this before. Uh-oh, someone's getting fired. And then I saw King K. Rool, and I was like, wait, this is different. Look out the window, and yeah, there you go. Then you get Duck Hunt, and I was like, they're kind of doing the same thing as before. That's genius. I kind of like that. I was like, and it's Banjo! I'm so happy. Oh, man.
That's totally like their new style now. Nintendo knows they're trolling us, and it's actually kind of delightful. Plus, can I say, Raring to Go, that's clever.
Yes.
Because they're owned by Rare.
Yep.
I like that. I don't know. It's silly that I'm spelling it out, but anyway, pretty exciting.
I agree.
Loved that game.
I'm so excited.
But now let's just get to the meat real quick here.
Okay, here's the meat.
Here's the meat.
You gotta be fast on the meat.
Now, I have to tell you. So, we'll go slightly fast, but I have to make sure this gets its showtime.
We'll get its showtime.
Okay, so here I was innocently at work on the day of Nintendo's show. And I was doing my very best to stay focused and to not look at news or anything like that, because I needed focus on my work and make sure I was doing good work. Anyway, so I was being really solid, right? Yep. And then at one point, I innocently unlocked my, hit the lock button on my phone just to see what time it was. And the first thing that happens, the moment the screen turns on, is a YouTube notification pops up. First thing I see is a picture of Link in Breath of the Wild style, and of course my heart stops. and already I can feel the horror of, oh no, because this is gonna destroy my my good behavior here. And then I look and it says sequel to The Legend of Zelda, and I just about lost my mind there, just sitting there silent screaming in my head. and then I had to go to a meeting, and I was like, no! So I was sitting there the whole time, and I was like, I was giving feedback. I was being very, very attentive and good, but at the same time, like I was doing solid work there. But the whole time I was like, please stop talking. please stop talking. I need to go outside right now and watch this video. And so as soon as that meeting was over, made a beeline for the door, and I watched that thing like 5 times. Because let me tell you,
I love it.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time.
Oh, hands down.
And the fact that it already, like they already have this much, and who knows,
Yeah,
this
for
might
real.
be a 2022 or 2023 release. If
Still.
But they have solid things to show us, and oh my gosh, not only it's a sequel to Breath of the Wild, but this story looks freaking like crazy. I mean, I don't even know what's going on, but it looks so cool. And,
I agree.
I mean, okay, I'm a little disappointed in the idea that it might be Ganondorf, because come on, let's do someone else.
Yeah.
But even so, if it's Ganondorf, it looks like it's going to be a really cool. Like, I mean, who was that being sitting on the throne that picked up the corpse of Ganondorf? At least I think that was going on.
Yeah.
My theory is that that's like somehow like the core of Demise, the source of the malice that creates the incarnations of Ganondorf or Ganon.
Yep.
I'd love to see Demise make a reappearance.
I would too.
So,
If you're big fans of Skyward Sword, raise your hand.
oh yes. So like that looks solid. The story looks amazing. It looks like it's the Majora's Mask to for Breath of the Wild in terms of a sequel that's suddenly a lot darker.
Oh yeah.
Story looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like you might be able to play as Link and Zelda.
That'd be cool.
I would love that. I don't know if I don't know what I think about the idea of doing co-op in a Zelda game, because
how I feel about
that
that
could
either.
be weird.
It could be weird.
If you execute it well, then please and thank you.
I have to say though, let me play as Link. Okay?
Yeah.
I want to be Link. I'm sorry. For
I
all
want-
you Zelda playable fans, but let's make Zelda playable. If we co-op is a good option too, or be able to switch toggle between the two.
Storylines.
That too.
Yeah, I there's a lot of people out there that are really excited at the idea of being able to play as Zelda, and I perfectly understand that, because that would be solid. Like, come on, she's the reincarnation of the goddess Helia. Why is she always so helpless?
Yes.
Let's be done with that and have her be her cool, awesome self, and be able to do her own adventure. I would love that, but I don't want it to come at the cost of being able to play as Link, the guy
thank you.
that we've always been playing as.
That's what perfect.
So let's have it so we can do both. The coolest thing would be separate storylines that somehow meet up in some way. But I don't want it to be a game where you play as Zelda the whole time.
I
wanna
totally agree.
I want to be not because I think that she's less cool. I mean, come on.
She's a
It's
scholar
Link.
in this game though.
Well, but
She's not a fighter. She's a scholar.
Oh, I think she's turning into a fighter.
Okay, I hope so.
I hope so. She looks like she could be really cool. With the
She
shorter
did a haircut. Yeah, that was really
That
cool.
looks cool.
I was like, okay, that's the first Zelda I've seen with the short little haircut.
And she has the soul of a fighter. Like even in the
That's true.
first game,
That is very true.
it's not like she's incapable. She just was trying to access the sealing power, and for some reason it wasn't working. And when she finally did get it, then she was the reason that Hyrule was essentially kept. Like she saved it until Ganon could be defeated.
Right.
But anyway, I want Zelda to be a powerful character. I want I want her to have her own story, her own playtime. I want her to be a cool character that is like just a really cool fighter.
Yes.
But I also want to play as Link. I want to do both.
Yes.
And if we do that, and then that's freaking awesome, and it's Breath of the Wild 2, and it's going to be amazing.
Why not? So excited. Here,
So-
my last question before we stop, because we have to leave.
Run.
Are you upset that it's in the same world?
Nope.
Me neither.
Nope,
Thank you.
nope.
I just wanted to say that. Get that out of the way. I am definitely not upset. If they had a couple more cool areas, fine. But here's an idea I thought. What if it's obviously it's the same world, but it'd be really cool to see some of the towns that were destroyed by Ganon rebuilt.
Why not have it be just a few years later? After
True.
After
It
some
looks
of
like
this-
it's been a few years later.
things could change.
True.
Maybe a lot of the locales are similar, but
Yes.
the denizens and the areas are built up to be different. And who knows?
Yes.
Like at the end of the trailer, it shows Hyrule Castle looking like it's starting to lift out of the ground. So
Yes.
maybe there's going to be a whole new area too.
Shout out the Skyward Sword.
Woo!
We're going back to the skies. And you heard it here first.
Yeah. Anyway, that is the best fan service Nintendo has done in years.
Long time.
And I am so excited, and it's going to be. I just hope that it's as good, hopefully better, than Breath of the Wild. Because if we can
Good luck.
already get the next best video game ever created just a few years later, yes, please.
You heard it here first.
Anyway, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
I love it.
Super nerdy for Zelda. Anyways,
Yes.
whole show was amazing.
Yep.
Nintendo, you're freaking awesome.
9 out of 10.
Well,
Because of the delay of Animal Crossing.
okay, sure. Solid though.
Solid for
And-
Anthony. Almost solid for me.
And I think we'll have to end it there for the moment. But we are excited. It looks like it's a good time to be a Nintendo fan. We've got a lot of things on the horizon. Too many. I probably am not even going to be able to play them all. I'm going to have to start picking and choosing which amazing games I'm going to get to play. At least it's going to be Zelda for sure. Both of the Zeldas.
R.I.P. Metroid. Until further notice. We'll talk about that later.
That's gonna
Anyway,
come eventually.
you heard it here first. Thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, give us a like and a comment.
And a subscribe
And please subscribe. Please.
for more nerding out fun.
And yours truly.
All
All right.
right, guys. Till next time, keep it nerdy.